Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Smart people don't waste their time wrestling with toxic people. They don't let negativity take up space in their minds or their hearts. See, life is too short and your energy is too precious to be drained by people who thrive on chaos. But first things first, recognize the signs. Toxic people will drain you, discourage you, and distract you from your goals. But smart people, they see it coming from a mile away. They don't let it catch them off guard. They stay alert and protect their peace. Now listen, boundaries. Boundaries are not just a suggestion. They are a necessity. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. Smart people set boundaries and stick to them no matter how hard it gets. They don't entertain negativity. They don't compromise their values. And they sure don't let toxicity invade their space. And here's the key. Smart people don't get pulled into drama. Oh, no, they stay composed. When toxic people come with their negativity, their manipulation, their gossip, smart people stay grounded. They don't respond to every little thing. Instead, they rise above it. They know that silence sometimes is the strongest response. You see, true success is not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become. Smart people focus on self-improvement, not proving a point. They invest their time in growth, in learning, in being better every single day, because the best way to deal with toxicity, outgrow it. Now here's something powerful. Lead by example. When you treat people with respect, kindness, and dignity, you show them a better way. Toxic people might not change, but your response can inspire others to be better, to act with integrity, and to choose the high road. And finally, know when to walk away. Sometimes the most intelligent move you can make is to step back, cut ties, and prioritize your peace. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to prove anything. You just walk away and keep moving forward. Accessible. So I'll leave you with this. Don't let toxic people take up space in your life rent-free. Protect your peace, set your standards, and stay focused on your journey. Because at the end of the day, success belongs to those who master the art of dealing with negativity without losing. Stay strong, stay smart, and stay true to yourself. What do you think? Would you like any adjustments? Sure. Here's an expanded version of the first keynote, Recognize the Signs Early, without headings and introduction. Smart people understand that dealing with toxic people begins with awareness. They pay attention to the subtle red flags that others might overlook. Toxicity doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it sneaks in through small, seemingly harmless behaviors. A negative comment here, a passive-aggressive remark there, and before you know it, the energy around you starts to shift. Smart people have learned to trust their instincts and identify when something or someone feels off. They don't ignore their gut feelings, and they don't make excuses for behaviors that consistently drain their energy or bring them down. One of the key signs smart people recognize is consistent negativity. Toxic individuals often carry an air of pessimism and tend to focus on what's wrong rather than what's right. They rarely celebrate others' successes and instead find subtle ways to undermine confidence. Whether it's through constant complaining, blaming, or playing the victim, smart people can spot when someone's negativity is not just a passing mood, but a pattern of behavior. They take mental notes of how they feel after interactions. Do they feel inspired, or do they feel exhausted and discouraged? This self-awareness helps them make informed decisions about who deserves their time and energy. Another important trait of toxic individuals that smart people identify early is manipulation. Toxic people have a way of twisting situations to serve their own agenda. They might use guilt, emotional blackmail, or play the victim to get what they want. Smart people stay vigilant and recognize when someone is trying to control their actions, decisions, or even emotions. They understand that manipulation often comes disguised as concern or friendship. And they are not afraid to question intentions when things don't add up. Instead of getting trapped in emotional games, they step back and assess the situation objectively. Smart individuals also pick up on patterns of disrespect. Toxic people often push boundaries, whether it's through constant interruptions, dismissive behavior, or lack of consideration for others' time and feelings. Rather than brushing off these actions as minor annoyances, smart people see them for what they are, signs of deeper issues. They understand that respect is a fundamental part of any healthy relationship, whether personal or professional, and they don't allow themselves to be consistently disrespected without taking action. Additionally, they notice when toxic people thrive on drama and conflict. Some individuals seem to carry chaos wherever they go, stirring up problems and feeding off tension. Smart people understand that getting involved in unnecessary drama only drains their focus and productivity. They recognize when someone is trying to pull them into conflicts that don't serve any real purpose and make a conscious effort to stay detached. Ultimately, recognizing toxic behavior early is about protecting mental and emotional well-being. Smart people value their peace too much to ignore warning signs. They are willing to have honest conversations with themselves about the relationships in their lives and make adjustments when necessary. Whether it's limiting interactions, addressing the issue directly, or cutting ties altogether, they make sure to prioritize their health and happiness. Smart people know that setting boundaries is not just an option, it's essential for protecting their peace, energy, and well-being. They understand that toxic people often push limits, whether intentionally or unintentionally, and without clear boundaries, negativity can seep into their lives and disrupt their focus. They recognize that boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about defining how they want to be treated and what they will and will not tolerate. One of the first things smart people do when dealing with toxic individuals is to communicate their limits clearly and assertively. They don't wait for things to get out of hand before speaking up. They let others know in a respectful but firm way what behaviors are unacceptable and what consequences might follow if those boundaries are crossed. Whether it's in personal relationships or professional settings, they make it known that their time, energy, and emotions are valuable. They don't engage in unnecessary explanations or apologies for setting these boundaries because they understand that self-respect doesn't require justification. They also practice consistency in maintaining their boundaries. Toxic people often test limits, trying to see how much they can get away with. Smart individuals stand their ground and don't waver once they've drawn a line. They understand that bending their boundaries for the sake of keeping peace only invites further manipulation and disrespect. They remain firm, even when it's uncomfortable, knowing that protecting their emotional space is more important than temporary convenience. Smart people are also selective with their responses. They don't feel the need to react to every provocation or attempt at manipulation. Instead, they establish emotional boundaries by choosing what they give their attention to. They know that responding to toxicity with emotional outbursts or defensiveness only gives toxic people more control. By maintaining their composure and staying detached, they send a clear message that their emotional well-being is not up for compromise. Another critical aspect of boundary setting is learning to say no without guilt. Smart people know that their time and energy are limited resources, and they are careful about where they invest them. Toxic individuals often try to impose their demands, obligations, or expectations onto others, making them feel responsible for their problems. But smart people recognize when they are being taken advantage of and are not afraid to refuse requests that don't align with their priorities. They say no confidently without feeling the need to over-explain or justify their decisions. In addition to external boundaries, smart people also set internal ones. They manage their thoughts and emotions carefully, ensuring that they don't allow toxic behavior to take root in their minds. They develop the ability to detach emotionally from negativity, reminding themselves that they are not responsible for fixing toxic individuals or absorbing their burdens. They maintain a strong sense of self-worth and refuse to internalize the negativity projected onto them. Ultimately, smart people understand that setting boundaries is an act of self-care and empowerment. They prioritize their mental health and happiness above pleasing others, ensuring that they create an environment where they can thrive without being drained by toxicity. Smart people understand that engaging in drama with toxic individuals is a losing battle. They know that toxic people thrive on conflict, manipulation, and emotional reactions, and the more energy you give them, the more they take. Instead of falling into the trap of arguing, defending themselves, or trying to prove a point, smart individuals take a step back and approach the situation with calmness and emotional intelligence. They recognize that not every situation requires a reaction, and sometimes the best way to win is by refusing to play the game at all. One of the key strategies they use is maintaining emotional detachment. Toxic people often try to provoke strong emotional reactions, whether it's through gossip, criticism, or passive-aggressive behavior. Smart people understand that reacting emotionally only fuels the fire, giving toxic individuals the attention they crave. Instead, they stay composed and choose their words and actions carefully. They avoid debate, demystify, politicize, and make games of stupid competition around race and class. They practice self-control and avoid getting caught up in unnecessary back-and-forth arguments that only lead to more frustration. By staying calm, they maintain their power and refuse to let others dictate their emotions. Smart people also know the importance of picking their battles wisely. They don't feel the need to respond to every negative comment, rumor, or provocation that comes their way. They understand that engaging in drama only drains their time and energy, resources that could be better spent on their goals and growth. When faced with toxicity, they evaluate the situation objectively and ask themselves if it's worth their attention. This is Tom Grant's technique for making decisions or even moving decisions. He says with things like this, I engage more often than not. They realize that silence and disengagement are more effective than confrontation. Another important aspect of dealing with toxic people is setting clear personal standards. Smart individuals have a strong sense of self-worth and don't allow themselves to be dragged down by petty arguments or unnecessary conflict. They know who they are and what they stand for, and they refuse to compromise their integrity by getting involved in drama. They practice patience and self-discipline, ensuring that their actions reflect their values rather than reacting impulsively to negativity. Smart people also focus on solutions rather than problems. Instead of getting caught up in gossip or negative conversations, they redirect their energy toward productive outcomes. They avoid dwelling on toxic behavior and instead focus on their personal and professional growth. By shifting their attention to what truly matters, they keep their mindset positive and forward-thinking. Additionally, they master the art of graceful exit. When a conversation or situation starts to spiral into drama, they know when to walk away. They don't feel obligated to stay and defend themselves or engage in toxic discussions. Instead, they remove themselves from the situation with dignity, making it clear that they won't tolerate negativity, whether it's physically leaving the space or mentally disengaging. They prioritize their peace over unnecessary involvement. In the end, smart people understand that refusing to engage in drama is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It takes wisdom and discipline to walk away from negativity and focus on what truly matters. They recognize that their peace of mind is far more valuable than winning an argument or proving a point, and they choose to rise above the toxicity with grace and resilience. Smart people understand that the best way to deal with toxic individuals is not by trying to change them, but by focusing on their own self-growth. They recognize that they have little control over others' actions, but complete control over their own choices, mindset, and development. Instead of wasting valuable energy on negativity, they channel their efforts into becoming the best version of themselves, mentally, emotionally, and professionally. And this shift in focus not only helps them rise above toxic influences, but also empowers them to create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. One of the most important things they do is prioritize their personal development. Smart individuals invest time in learning new skills, improving their mindset, and working on their emotional intelligence. They understand that growth is a continuous process, and they take deliberate steps to nurture their abilities and expand their knowledge. Whether it's through reading, taking courses, or seeking mentorship, they stay committed to their journey of self-improvement. This focus allows them to remain resilient in the face of negativity, as they are too engaged in their own progress to be dragged down by toxic distractions. Smart people also cultivate self-awareness. They take the time to reflect on their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to ensure they are not allowing toxicity to influence their actions. They practice mindfulness and self-reflection, which helps them identify any negative patterns they may have picked up from toxic environments. By understanding themselves better, they become more intentional in their choices and responses, ensuring that their actions align with their values and goals rather than being a reaction to negativity around them. Another key aspect of self-growth is developing emotional resilience. Toxic people often thrive on causing stress and disruption, but smart individuals build the inner strength to remain unaffected. They work on developing a positive mindset, practicing gratitude, and surrounding themselves with uplifting influences that reinforce their sense of purpose. They understand that negativity is a part of life, but they refuse to let it define them. Instead, they use challenges as opportunities to grow stronger and more resilient. Smart people also focus on maintaining healthy relationships instead of trying to find a fixed toxic individuals. They choose to invest in relationships that uplift and inspire them. They build a strong support system of people who share their values and encourage their growth. These relationships act as a buffer against negativity and provide the motivation needed to keep moving forward. They understand that the company they keep plays a significant role in their personal development, and they are intentional about surrounding themselves with positivity. Finally, they set goals that align with their passions and values. Smart people are forward-thinking and goal-oriented, which helps them stay focused on what truly matters. They refuse to let toxic individuals distract them from their vision and remain committed to their journey. They know that success is the best response to negativity, and by staying dedicated to their goals, they naturally distance themselves from toxic influences. By prioritizing self-growth, smart individuals take control of their own lives and create an environment where toxicity has no place. They understand that the best way to rise above negativity is to keep moving forward, focusing on becoming the best version of themselves and living a life that reflects their true potential. Smart people understand that leading by example is one of the most powerful ways to handle toxic individuals. They know that actions speak louder than words, and rather than engaging in negativity or trying to force change in others, they focus on demonstrating the values and behaviors they believe in. They recognize that people are more likely to be influenced by what they see rather than what they are told, and by consistently displaying integrity, kindness, and resilience, they inspire others to follow suit. One of the key ways they lead by example is by maintaining their composure in difficult situations. Toxic people often try to provoke emotional reactions, seeking to create conflict or drama. However, smart individuals don't allow themselves to be drawn into unnecessary disputes. Instead, they remain calm, collected, and solution. They show others that it is possible to navigate challenging situations with grace and professionalism, setting a standard for how conflicts should be handled. By responding with patience and poise, they demonstrate that true strength lies in self-control and emotional intelligence. Smart people also prioritize treating others with respect, regardless of how they are treated in return. They refuse to stoop to the level of toxic individuals by engaging in gossip, manipulation, or retaliation. Instead, they practice empathy, kindness, and fairness, showing that it is possible to uphold personal values even in the face of negativity. This approach not only helps to maintain their own integrity, but also serves as a reminder to others that positive behavior is a choice, even when faced with difficult people. Another important aspect of leading by example is accountability. Smart individuals take full responsibility for their actions and decisions, acknowledging their mistakes and learning from them. They don't blame others or make excuses, but instead focus on growth and improvement. This level of accountability contrasts sharply with the behaviors of toxic individuals who often deflect blame and avoid responsibility. By demonstrating honesty and a willingness to grow, smart people encourage others to adopt the same mindset and create a culture of transparency and personal development. Smart individuals also set high standards for themselves in terms of work ethic and personal discipline. They stay focused on their goals and commitments, refusing to be distracted by toxic influences. By consistently striving for excellence and maintaining a strong work ethic, they inspire others to do the same. They understand that their dedication and persistence serve as a powerful motivator for those around them and can create a positive ripple effect in their environment. Additionally, they practice healthy boundaries and self-care, showing others the importance of prioritizing well-being. By taking care of their mental, emotional, and physical health, they send a clear message that it is possible to be successful without sacrificing personal happiness. This example encourages others to do the same and reinforces the idea that self-respect is a key component of a fulfilling life. Ultimately, smart people understand that the best way to influence toxic individuals and create a positive environment is to embody the change they wish to see. By consistently acting with integrity, respect, and resilience, they set a powerful example that encourages others to rise above negativity and strive for better. Smart people understand that knowing when to walk away from toxic individuals is one of the most powerful decisions they can make for their well-being. They realize that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every relationship is meant to be maintained. Instead of holding on to situations that drain their energy and peace of mind, they make the conscious choice to step away and prioritize their own happiness. It's not just chit-chat, it's active work of separating the masculine and the feminine. They understand that walking away is not a sign of weakness, but an act of strength and self-respect. One of the first things they recognize is that they cannot change toxic people. No matter how much effort they put in, some individuals are simply not willing to grow, change, or acknowledge their negative behaviors. Smart people accept this reality and refuse to waste their time and energy trying to fix or reason with those who are committed to toxicity. They choose to invest their efforts in people and environments that support their growth rather than those that hinder it. Walking away is also about protecting mental and emotional health. Toxic individuals often bring stress, anxiety, and negativity into relationships, leaving others feeling emotionally drained and unfulfilled. Smart individuals recognize the toll this takes on their well-being and take action before it escalates further. They understand that their mental health is far more important than maintaining toxic relationships out of guilt, obligation, or fear of confrontation. All right? By stepping away, they create space for peace, positivity, and personal growth. Another reason smart people walk away is that they value their time. They know that time is a non-renewable resource, and they refuse to spend it in environments that do not align with their values or goals. Whether it's a toxic workplace, a draining friendship, or a dysfunctional family dynamic, they make the difficult but necessary choice to remove themselves from situations that hinder their progress. So a takeaway, they prioritize relationships and opportunities that contribute to their success and fulfillment rather than those that hold them back. Smart people also recognize the importance of setting an example for others. When they walk away from toxicity, they send a clear message that they will not tolerate mistreatment or negativity in their lives. This decision not only empowers them, but also encourages others to reevaluate their own boundaries and take similar actions to protect their well-being. They understand that their actions can inspire change in others and demonstrate the value of self-respect and self-care. One of the hardest aspects of walking away is dealing with the fear of judgment or loneliness. Smart individuals acknowledge these fears but refuse to let them dictate their decisions. They trust that removing toxic influences will ultimately open doors to healthier relationships and new opportunities. They focus on building a supportive network of people who genuinely care for them and share their values, knowing that letting go of toxicity makes room for positive connections. Ultimately, walking away from toxic people is an act of self-love and empowerment. Smart individuals understand that their happiness and success depend on the environments they surround themselves with, and they are not afraid to make the tough choice of leaving behind anything that no longer serves them. They walk away with confidence, knowing that their well-being is worth prioritizing, and they embrace the freedom that comes with letting go.